Won 2 and lost 6 and looking for their first win at home this year. Hello again, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton. It was 3 weeks ago that the Eagles beat the Redskins in a tough encounter, 21-17 in Philadelphia. But today they're going to be facing another quarterback. Gus Frerotte, highly touted, beat Indianapolis last week. My partner is Matt Millen, of course. And Matt, what's your assessment of Frerotte and what he faces against the Eagles today?
You mean like what's a Frerotte? It's pretty easy. You look at Frerotte, and the first thing you notice is that he's calm. He's also confident, but most important, last week against Indianapolis, he was very comfortable, and that's where the change will be today. Defensive coordinator Bud Carson of the Eagles will throw all kinds of looks, all kinds of blitzes. They'll knock him down. We'll see how he responds. Remember, Heath Schuler got his second start against this same Philadelphia Eagle team, and it was a rough one.
Interesting to see how the Eagles come out, because they had a grueling win Monday night against the Houston Oilers at home, and they didn't practice in pads all week. They've been banged up on the offensive line and at running back. What do you make of them today?
Yeah, an interesting thing, talking to Kotite, he told us, that they are physically probably a better team than the Washington Redskins, but the Redskins, they match up very well with this Philadelphia Eagle team, particularly the offensive line. If they just don't make any turnovers, the Eagles have a chance to really take this game away.
All right, so these two teams have played some very close encounters in recent years. Philadelphia has won 4 in a row, however, and will return to RFK Stadium for the opening kickoff right after these messages from your local Fox station. Eagles looking to go 6-2 for the first half of the year, and the Redskins looking for their first home win, as we said, and of course it would be the first home victory for their first-year coach, Norv Turner. Eagles have won the toss. They'll get the ball first. Chip Lohmiller will kick off for the Redskins. Vaughn Hebron and Herschel Walker are deep for the Eagles. It's a short kick, and it's taken by Walker at the 15. And Herschel Walker, with a fine power return, brings it out close to the 35-yard line, a return of 20 yards. Randall Cunningham comes in with 11 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And the offensive line, Bernard Williams, Antone Davis, David Alexander, Lester Holmes playing with a broken right hand. Garner and Walker the backs, Williams and Barnett the receivers, and Mark Bavaro the tight end, as the Eagles start from their 35. And a play fake on first down, and Cunningham's pass, intended for Garner out of the backfield, is defended by Ken Harvey. Defensively for the Redskins, and this has been their strong suit so far this year. The defensive line, Sterling Palmer, Tim Johnson. Rookie Lamar Mills starts in place of Bobby Wilson, who's out with a groin pull. And Tony Woods, Andre Collins, Tyrone Stowe, and Ken Harvey, the linebackers. And in the secondary, Darrell Green having a good year with Morrison, Bayless, and Carter with him. Second down and 10. Here's Garner with the carry. Charlie Garner brings it out to the 40-yard line, where Bayless makes the stop. And a pickup of 5.
We watched the Philadelphia Eagles at the beginning of the season and the third week, and now at the halfway point. What's the biggest difference? Take a look at him right there. Charlie Garner has made the Philadelphia Eagles a completely better offense. He's made the offensive line better. He's made the passing game get even better, and he's really helped Randall Cunningham because they don't have to rely on him.
Garner was taken out early against Houston with a bruised thigh. And of course, he's had the rib problem all year. Third down and 5. 4 wide receivers for the Eagles. Cunningham with time, and the pass is tipped incomplete. It was intended for Calvin Williams, and the Eagles will have to kick.
A lot of time for Cunningham to throw that football, and also good coverage by the Washington Redskins in the secondary. You're going to watch Calvin Williams come across in motion. Now, there's not going to be anybody up front to give pressure. Nice job in the zone distribution by Carter and Collins inside. Got a nice break on the ball. Really had to be pinpoint. It wasn't. Brings up fourth down.
And Brian Barker, who has given the Eagles a lot better punting since he's taken over. Back deep is Brian Mitchell, who calls for the fair catch on the 10-yard line. So the Eagles will have the Redskins hemmed in somewhat, and the home debut of Gus Frerotte, the 197th pick in last year's draft, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions in his debut against the Indianapolis Colts. Lachey, Brown, Giesick, McKenzie, and Ed Simmons, the Redskins offensive line. Ricky Irvins and Cedric Smith, they've been an effective backfield duo. Ellard and Howard, the receivers. Ethan Horton, the tight end. So Frerotte will start from the 11-yard line. And here is Ricky Irvins. Maybe a yard, that's all. William Perry in the middle. Defensively for the Eagles. And they have really come up the line. They've replaced a lot of players. Townsend, Perry, Harmon, and Fuller. Fuller with a big game against his former team, the Oilers. Bill Romanowski, Byron Evans, and William Thomas are the linebackers. That's the strength. Eric Allen, Greg Jackson, Michael Zordich, and Mark McMillan make up the Eagles secondary. Second down and 9 from the 12. First pass. And the pass is incomplete. Intended for Ellard. Zordich was covering on the play. And what a play he has given the Eagles.
Yeah, but Gus Frerotte knew exactly where to go with the first pass he's going to make at RFK Stadium. Get it right to the guy who has the most yardage in the National Football League, Henry Ellard. Now, what does Frerotte bring to this offense? Well, I think the biggest thing and plus that Frerotte has is the fact that he was in a pro-style offense in college at Tulsa with Dave Graber as head coach. I think he's comfortable with the scheme and what's trying to get done. And the other thing is he's a very fast learner. He doesn't seem to make the same mistake twice.
Last week, a big improvement on third down conversions by the Redskins. Third down and 9. Pressure on Frerotte, and the pass is caught by Ellard and hit immediately that time by Otis Smith, the nickel back.
Dick, remember we talked at the start about all the different looks he's going to get. Well, Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, gives him look number 1. He's going to bring Miano 38 right up inside, and what that's going to do is going to free Townsend. Nobody blocks him except the fullback dives at him, Ricky Irvins. But Frerotte stays inside, nice and calm, gets the ball off, and gets a completion.
Reggie Roby will kick, and you can expect a lot of tricks from Bud Carson today. Back deep, Jeff Seidner for the Eagles. Roby gets off a kick, and it'll be Seidner on his 36. And hit and dropped. Kurt Govea with great special teams hustle. So each team has had the ball once, and will return to RFK Stadium after this. Redskins have won 2 games at New Orleans in the second game of the year, and last week at Indianapolis. And the Philadelphia Eagles, fresh from the win over Houston, their only losses were to the Giants in the opening game of the year and 2 weeks ago at Dallas.
Lester Holmes in there, that broken right hand, number 73. That's going to be a challenge for him today. Look at the size of that thing. Now, that can be a plus and a minus. He can turn that thing into a weapon if he can take the pain inside. We'll watch him see how it goes.
Looks like a club on his right hand. Audible called by Cunningham. 2 tight ends for the Eagles as they start from the 34. Swing pass, trying to lead Garner a little too much, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2 first downs, 2 passes. It looks like the Philadelphia Eagles want to come out throwing on first down and try to get that rhythm and get this guy here confidence. Now, we've spoke about Randall Cunningham all season long, and the book on him has always been, when he's good, he's as good as it's been, and when he's bad, he's bad. His highs are high and his lows are low. He needs to be more consistent at the high end.
He has had more highs than lows, though, this year. 2nd down and 10.
No question.
On the 34-yard line, and here is Garner running off the left side. That's been a big part of the Eagles' surge this year, has been the running game with Charlie Garner. Pickup of 3. It has been a close series throughout, even though the Eagles have won the last 4 games. No team has won by a bigger margin than 4 points in the last 6 contests dating back to 91.
Yeah, and I think if you take a look at those scores since 91, that's the same kind of game you're going to have today. It should be a close, tight game because both these teams are very familiar with each other. Remember, they already played once, so they have something to work off of to make their adjustments in.
James Joseph and Herschel Walker are the backs, and they send Walker in motion. Wide left. Cunningham's pass. Incomplete, intended for Walker, and Lamont Hollingquest, a nickel linebacker, was there to make the play against Walker.
I think what the Philadelphia Eagles are going to have to do is get away from that passing on first down because 2 incompletions meant 2nd and long, and a short gain puts them in 3rd and long. They don't want to be in 3rd and long.
Brian Barker, formerly with Kansas City, replaced Mitch Berger, the rookie who started and played the first 5 games. He's been punting well for the Eagles. Brian Mitchell will let the ball bounce. It stays in bounds, and once again, the Eagles will have the Redskins hemmed in. No score. Just the start of things on a beautiful day in Washington. Redskins will start from their 12 after starting from the 11 on their first possessions. This has been their problem, the 3 and outs and the turnovers.
Yeah, if you take a look at this, you see 3 and outs, and then the 22 turnovers. 49 of the 98 possessions have been disasters for them. Half the time they get the ball, they don't do anything with it. They've really got to be productive. More productive, I should say.
Frerotte stays in the pocket, and the pass incomplete. He was going again for Eller. Don't question where Gus Frerotte is going to, and that's the meal ticket, and one of the top receivers in the league, and Henry Eller.
And then Henry Eller, the ball's right there. The one thing that Frerotte does is he's pretty accurate with his football. And, you know, you watched him last week. He was accurate. Again, no pressure on him. And now what Norv Turner has done is he's gone to that pass on first down, winning the chess battle against the Eagles, saying that they're not going to bring everybody on first down to give him more time.
Second down and 10 on the 12-yard line. Eller now goes in motion, followed by Allen. And the handoff to Brian Mitchell, and Mitchell brings it out to the 15-yard line. Rawley McKenzie, by the way, is now at center with Mark Schlereth at right guard.
And they're going to take this and they're going to run it right back up inside with Mitchell. Now, this Washington Redskin offensive line, you can see pulling outside, nice block inside, and then Mitchell, they're not a physical group. They're not the Hogs of old. And because they don't really pound people off the line of scrimmage, they have to go more to the off-tackle stuff, trying to get an edge to try to set up the inside running game.
Third down and 7 from the 15-yard line. The Redskins have not had good field position here in this first quarter. Frerotte has some time, and the pass incomplete. It was intended for Titus Winans, who caught a couple last week at Indianapolis. Derek Frazier, the nickelback, defending on the play, and there is Ferrotte's numbers so far. 1 for 4 for a total of 6 yards.
Well, we talked about him being calm and all that, but he's also going to have to be patient, because a defense like this, with all the different looks, it's not going to happen right away. Norv knows that, and what he wants to do and talked about is getting the high percentage stuff done early to give him that confidence and let him gain some patience.
Reggie Roby will kick from the goal line, and Jeff Seidner back for the Eagles. Fair catch by Seidner in Redskin territory, and the Eagles will start from the Washington 49-yard line. Still no score. That was a 34-yard kick by Roby. No score, but the Washington Redskins have had to defend with bad field position. The Eagles average starting field position their own 40 versus the 12-yard line for the Redskins on their first 2 possessions. Meanwhile, Randall Cunningham has started off slowly. He is 0 for 4 as he begins this third drive. Cunningham is 7 and 8 lifetime against the Redskins, looking to get to 500. Here's Charlie Garner, breaks a tackle, and Garner close to a first down. Pickup of 9. Darrell Morrison finally brings him down. Native of Falls Church, Virginia, so coming home today.
Yeah, he said he couldn't get all the tickets he needed. He said his teammates were holding out on him. Where the heck are all the tickets that he needed? And you could see the reason why. I mean, look what he's done. He went to 148 the last 4 games, 4-2 rush. Believe me, the offensive line is not a great offensive line. It's good. It's gotten better with Garner and because of Garner.
Second down and 1, and maybe Herschel Walker, who's been the up back as well. Here's a play fake on 2nd and 1. Cunningham can't find a receiver and runs for the first down and gets out of bounds. That's the dimension that Randall Cunningham brings to this game.
Yeah, and he might need it, especially when he's going to get pressure. Watch inside Lester Holmes, 73, working with that club. He gets a hand up in his face. Now, you see, he went right to Lamar Mills, right up high, but he couldn't control. And because no control, he was able to flush. You're going to see him come right up inside. He's going to be able to flush Cunningham. Now watch Cunningham at the end. He knows he's on a defensive lineman, and he'll give the stop and then the go. And that allows him to pick up the first.
Split backs are Walker and Joseph for the Eagles on the Redskin 36. And the pass caught. Mark Bavaro, the tight end, at the 30-yard line, of gain of